Guys, so I wanted to do an update of 2 weeks of me being a Amazon reviewer. It has been a crazy journey. I feel like I'm like just about to lose my mind because I feel like every single day when I'm like with my kid, with my husband, I'm constantly thinking of what to do, like what videos to post, what videos to review. But it's been fantastic and I've been enjoying it. So this is going to be like the lowdown, hoedown of how it has been for the last 2 weeks. And I must say, I'm finally getting really good outcomes. And I think it's been helping watching other people's YouTube videos on like their little hacks. And so I just wanted to share what really helped me. But first of all, how it's been for the last 2 weeks. So basically, I was approved to be an Amazon influencer like months and months ago. And I was kind of really sleeping on it because I've just was focusing more on Instagram and TikTok because I was doing a lot of like UGC stuff for like toddler baby stuff. Just being a new mom, I was kind of like just kind of focusing on getting new free products just for babies just because it gets really, really expensive. And so I ended up just literally just focusing on trying to improve my following on Instagram, on TikTok, and that was kind of my focus. And I wasn't really getting huge outcomes. Like, I think I wasn't consistent enough just because I think just generally, just with who I am, I'm a mom, but also like I'm an actor. I used to model. I'm a physical therapist back in Australia. I love being creative. Like I love making things with my hands and painting and all that kind of stuff. And I just find it really hard to niche down. And so I would post here and there, mostly about motherhood. But I was just getting burnt out just in general, just like being a mom, just because I was taking care of my kid. And I also didn't, I was kind of like umming and ahhing about like sharing too much content on my kid just because like I would share stuff and then be like, oh, should I be sharing him that much? And oh, I should have gotten his head or not his head or whatever. So anyway, it was like this kind of roller coaster ride of like, should I post up and not post up? And then I was getting free stuff and I was having to share stuff for them, which has been like amazing in terms of, it's been really, really good. Like honestly, I'm very, very thankful that being a mom has kind of pushed me, because I'm a stay-at-home mom, it's kind of pushed me to like find different avenues of like generating income or like even just like getting free things because I feel bad that my husband is working really, really hard and I don't want to spend, $100, $200 on a baby mat. So I've just kind of bit the bullet and just like people and said like, hey, can I like promote your product and create content? Because I was like just really good at making content for Instagram, like back when COVID was happening. I was like just generating so much content. And then I moved overseas from Australia to America, and I lived in a place that was quite dark. So I guess just in general, like you just don't really film as much content when you're in a dark place. You're just not as motivated, but the content just doesn't look as good. Like natural lighting is always better than yellow light, like faux light, or just a light, sorry, not faux light. So just in general, it is just much nicer. And I used to live in Coogee, which is in Australia, which is like the beach, and my apartment was really bright. And then I got married, and then I moved to like apartments that were really dark until we finally moved into our house. And that's when I started kind of going back into filming, because I was like, this is a nice place to film and I want to film the background. So anyway, that's the little side hustle that I used to do. So that's like kind of my story of like how I started getting into like UGC content creation and stuff. And so now just like fast forward, for 2 weeks, I don't know why, I just thought all of a sudden I was like, I think I should do Amazon reviews. And if I'm going to do it, I'm going to go all in. And so I watched videos. I already did my 3 videos. So to get approved, I'm just going to speed past this just because this might not be for beginners. But anyway, if you're a beginner, basically you just sign up and you can use like TikTok or Instagram or like any sort of social media to kind of like leverage into Amazon, and then they will approve you as an Amazon influencer, and then you have to do 3 videos. And that's where I like kind of stalled. I didn't even know that you had to get approved for 3 videos, so I just like posted up 3 videos that I did for Instagram or TikTok and posted it up, and I didn't realize that it was rejected, so I couldn't post any more videos. So I think I had 15 videos on Amazon reviews, not realizing that they were rejected. So anyway, if that kind of helps. So finally I did more research because I was like, oh, I thought it was just like videos, like video reviews. No, it's like you have to get approved by Amazon by a certain criteria, and if you want to go through the criteria, I can do that in a different video. But basically you just got to get approved, and then you can basically go into the program of reviewing products. And I didn't realize that I actually also got accepted into Creative Connections, which is like another level of Amazon reviews. And I don't know how I got approved. I really don't know. So I can't even say like, do this and you'll get approved. But based from what other people have said, the review, like getting approved for Creative Connections seems to be like, depending on how many views you get on Amazon reviews, like once you get those 3 videos and like a couple of videos up, depending on how many clicks, it might be 100 clicks or something like that. That's when you get unlocked as bronze level, and then you can get into Creative Connections. And so Creative Connections has been like a game changer, because when I was doing Amazon reviews, again, I wasn't pushing it. I was just like pumping maybe 15 videos, and then I left it there, and I was like, okay, I'll just see how this goes. I was generating nothing. I think I was like 48 cents or like 50 cents. And I was like, okay, this is really crappy. Like, I do not want to do this. This is like a lot of work for like not that much reward. While like, for example, if you're getting pushed on Instagram, you could potentially earn, brand deals, or with TikTok, if you're watching, like if you get 1,000,000 views, you get paid $500 or whatever. Like every single kind of social media platform is monetized in some way, depending on how many views you have or ads or that kind of stuff. So it wasn't really worth it for me in terms of like 40 cents when you can get a UGC brand deal for like $20, and then you're like, okay, I would have had to do that for 6 months to just get $20, and it would have just taken me like 1 video to get $20 from this brand deal or whatever. Anyway, so that's kind of like the lowdown hoedown of like UGC, Amazon reviews, and all that kind of stuff. So for the last 2 weeks, I have been pumping out so many videos. So I think I did about 100 to 200 videos in the last 2 weeks. And mind you, this is always in between like my son being in daycare and he's only in daycare for like 3 days for like 3.5 hours. And in between that time, I also try to work out and do that kind of stuff and clean the house and all that kind of stuff. But I've been doing it mostly between his naps, when he goes to bed, when he's awake, but then I try to film videos like without voice. And then when he goes to bed, I would do the voiceover. So there are different types of ways that you can do Amazon review videos. You can either do them like looking in the camera and holding the product, or you could do a video of just the product, as if you can, like filming it and then doing a voiceover on top or talking over it. And just because of the nature of me being a mom and him being on me all the time, I had to do a lot of videos like faceless. I just basically reviewed the product and then would do a voiceover once he went to bed, and I would chop it all together. So it was a lot of work, and I would say now it's finally kind of slowly paying off. Like, so the first week I made it 100, and now this week I've made 100 slash, like it's kind of slowly increasing. So I'm going to show a little graph of like what it turned out like for my little graph, and I'm pretty proud of how it's been. And the biggest one that I would say would be go through Creative Connections, because the commissions are way higher. So instead of having like just normal commissions of like 1 to 4% for Amazon, you can get maybe 5% or 10% or 15% or 20%, even up to 50% commission in some products. And then on top of that, like you're getting Creative commission as well as your normal commission that you're getting from Amazon. So that's really, really fantastic. So those are the two ways that you can create an income from Amazon. And I would lean towards creative connections, just because if you have like the same product, like just say that I'm selling a bra, and there's so many options of like bras, so there might be like 100 options, but instead of me choosing a bra that doesn't have creative connections, I might lean towards buying a bra that has creative connections, which is 20% commission. And so I will have to buy a bra anyway, but I may as well review it and video it and get 20% commission plus the 1% commission that they usually give. So it's like just being a little bit more savvy and more having more of a strategy. And so those are the things that I found. So the other thing that I was going to lean into is like all the different apps, all the different things that I have kind of used to help leverage my time, just because I was finding I was getting really burnt out at the beginning of being an Amazon reviewer. Like I would say like a week ago, just even like 5 days ago, before I even discovered these different apps. So the three things that I have used is IPX, I've used Oink, and I've also used ViralView. And those are the three things that I have kind of incorporated when I was looking for brands and looking for products to kind of review. So those are the things that I would highly recommend, is getting those extensions, and you can go the free route. With ViralView, I did pay for it because I was like, they had a system where you could email or message brands on Creative Connections in a mass message, and for me that was like such a savior for me. So I will show another video next on ViralView about how it works and why I would highly recommend it, but I do also want to cover IPX as well as Oink. So IPX was really, really good in terms of being able to get information. And I actually don't use IPX as much now, because I kind of went from IPX to Oink to ViralView, and like my computer kind of slowed down really, really a lot, because you don't want to have too many extensions going on. So IPX and Oink are free, and again ViralView is also free as well. But so Oink, they also give like the ASINs, like it also there was so much information more on Oink that IPX wasn't giving, but they kind of crossed over, because there was things that IPX had that Oink didn't have, and ViralView is like a different, it's like kind of like a combination with more extra. So if I had to choose one of the three, I would go ViralView, just because of one of the extension things that I will speak about, which I highly, highly recommend, because it is been such a game changer. Like, I mean, the paid version is definitely a game changer, but even if you don't get the paid version, you're going to save so many hours. So I will go through that in the next video, just because I feel like that will get really, really long on like how ViralView, Oink, and all that kind of stuff. So anyway, so those are the three extensions that I would highly recommend if you just started Amazon reviews. So I've been getting a lot of free products as well. So that's the other thing that I would recommend, is like reaching out to brand deals and sellers and that kind of stuff, get in contact with agents that are happy to send you products and samples. And that is just a nice way to have more products to kind of review other than the stuff in your house. So you do want to make sure that you're kind of going through products and making sure that there is low competition, there's not that many influencers, or like if there is many influencers, you might have to go other strategies like creating multiple videos so that you are on the top carousel or the bottom carousel. And also you just want to make sure that it's selling, because I was posting up so many different videos on products and they were not selling, and they're just sitting there. So that's one thing that I regret, is like just doing everything. Is like I would probably leave that as low priority and still do a review, because things are still going to sell. Like if people want a mirror, they're still going to buy a mirror, but there's like products out there that are definitely more high selling versus lower selling, and also products that have more influences and less influences, and the less competition you have, the more money you're going to make. So anyway, I hope that helps. So I'm going to share, that was my first 2 weeks of Amazon reviews. I would say I've made $200 in the last week, or like 15, I guess 2 weeks. but I feel like that's not been too bad for someone who has just started. And I can see like things that have sold well, like have definitely given me higher commissions, and on those days like I'm making a lot of money. And then like some days you just kind of have to wait. And also there was an outage like a few days ago, so I feel like my commission would have been higher just because there was this outage, and I feel like Amazon's kind of still catching up. So anyway, in terms of like commission, it has been really, really encouraging. I hope this encourages someone out there to try it. It will feel like chaos the first week or two, and in my head, because we're going away on in about 3 weeks, I just wanted to pump out videos because I just wanted to make sure that when we were on holiday there was like something generating, like my income was generating, and I had stuff up instead of worrying about that while I was on holiday. So anyway, that's why also I've been in hustle mode. But you can take time. You can, do one product a day, but I've just been like trying to shove it in between my kid and my husband and just like life. So anyway, I hope that encourages someone out there for their first week of Amazon reviews, how I went, and I hope this helps someone out there.